noise for yourselves. Are you guys ready to be the best comedy audience in the world? You can have a seat, have a seat. You guys, welcome to Comedy Cube. My name is Darren Capozzi. I am your host. Make some noise for yourselves. Are you guys ready to get this started? Well, this lady, she's a blonde bitch, lost in the closet with her 6 dogs and diva dads. Make some noise for Amanda Michelle!
Yes! Yes, bitches! That is right. I am the blonde bitch. If you can tell by looking at me, thank you. I also have 6 dogs, like a stereotypical lesbian. And I have 2 gay dads, so it's just like real life Modern Family when you're with me. So if you like the show, you might like me. I play a lot of stereotypical roles in Hollywood, blonde bitches, sassy bitches. My mother calls me an ungrateful bitch. So that's the role I get booked the most, so. I moved down here from the Bay Area. Anyone from the Bay Area? Yes. I love going up to the Bay Area because people are actually nice. You can have a conversation with someone. And it doesn't end with, how can you help my career? It's really weird going up there. I'm like, what does this person want from me? Oh, a conversation. What's that? The last time I went up there, I did a stand-up show at a drag bar, as one does. And it's the Bay Area. If you've ever been, you get fucked up when you're in San Francisco. So needless to say, I was on probably Molly, some MDMA, cocaine, whatever I was drinking, whatever poison was given to me that night. What's this? Oh, you weren't gonna ask? No, you took it. Yes, you said, what's this? You put it in your mouth, you swallowed it before I could even answer. It's fine. It's Friday. So my dads were actually at this performance, and I sounded like I was a fucking auctioneer. Yeah, so I'm here from San Francisco. Hi, San Francisco, I'm here from LA. And my dads are like, what the fuck is going on? The audience was probably as fucked up as I was. They were losing their minds. They're like, yes, bitch. Yes, Amanda. And they're like, thank God your mother was not here to see this. Or your grandmother. She's not dead, you guys. They just live in Ohio. It's fine. That'd be really weird if my mother did show up. Like, see, this is why you're an ungrateful bitch. So I do have 2 dads, that's true. I call them diva dads because I said 2 gay dads, that's not politically correct anymore. I don't know what's politically correct anymore. I probably should have been canceled a long time ago, but still here. Thank you. Thank you for clapping for me not being canceled. I really appreciate it. They're always like, why do you put us in the act? I'm like, you told me to put you in the act. You said, put me in the act and give me 10% of a 2-cent residual check. So, I'm making it. But when I moved down here, I don't know if anyone here is an actor or whatever, you take pretty much any job you can get. So this is, anything for $100 is what I like to say. I played the Jehovah's Witness on a reenactment show, and then they credited me as myself, so. Yeah, that's never coming off of Imdb. I'm gonna be interviewed one day on the red carpet. So you were a Jehovah's Witness? Like, what? I play a lot of dead bodies. My dads love that one because they're fans of Wives with Knives. I don't know if you guys watch those crazy Lifetime murder mystery shows. I'm like, my stepdad should probably be careful because he watches a lot of CSI, a lot of Wives with Knives. I don't want to be interviewed and also be in the reenactment. Yeah. I also was on, for $100, 12 Corazones. It's a Mexican game show. That's not a joke. I don't speak Spanish. It was so awkward. And they kicked me off first, obviously. And then they're like, they're talking to me, and I'm just like. And then to get off the show, they play some crazy music, some cumbia music, and then you have to do a little dance. And that's how you get off the game show. I'm like, do I still get the $100 because I got kicked off first? They're like, yes. I'm like, so if I would have won, would I gotten double that? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, bye. So it worked out. I also had an audition for Dominatrix. You guys would probably see it, I mean, a little bit, right? I didn't get the part, but it's okay, because my audition lives on YouTube forever. The Diva Dads were in LA. We had to rent a car. My phone's dying, so I plug in the phone. Somehow the fucking audition downloads to the car. I unplug it immediately, but it's my audition blasting for Dominatrix. My name's Candace. I just got into the world of being a dominatrix when I was experimenting with my boyfriend Johnny in high school, and I just really liked the feel of leather, and I'm like, oh my God, why is it getting louder? My stepdad almost drove off the side of the road. I just hope that it really downloaded and stayed there, so the next person that got into the rent-a-car was like, what the fuck is this shit? What the hell? I didn't get the part, but like I said, that I'm not taking the audition down because it has more views and likes than anything I've ever done. So I'm like, might as well fucking keep it. And maybe one day I'll get that role, you know? Yeah. I recently got engaged. You can keep clapping. I like whiskey. You can get me some whiskey after the show. She's beautiful. She's like an Ariana Grande lookalike, and I just look like her bodyguard, so. And she's Hispanic, which is terrifying, because I never know when I'm gonna get cut. That's not a joke. She actually would sleep with knives under her pillow until I moved in. She's like, you're gonna hurt yourself. She wasn't wrong. I did cut myself a couple times. It's okay. Before we moved in, before we got engaged, obviously, she's like, move in with me, I'll treat you like a princess. I'm like, I like the sound of that. I don't know, she's been fucking Cinderella, where I'm cooking and cleaning all day. I'm like, why am I the woman of the relationship? Look at me. Or Snow White, instead of 7 drawers, I have 6 dogs and an alley cat. I'm like, seriously? During the pandemic, she locked me in the house because she didn't want me flirting with anybody else. I'm like, who am I gonna go flirt with my mask on? She's like, I don't know, you get way too much free Starbucks, and I don't know why. So I had to practice my frozen cry for help. Oh. If you ever heard that, bring me a Starbucks, please. She's very romantic. She always gets me really nice things for special occasions, like my birthday. She got me a microwave. Because microwaves are forever, you guys. I said diamonds are forever. Why don't I have a diamond? And when she proposed, it was very romantic. We're laying in bed. And when you have 6 dogs also laying in that same bed, you have to sleep like this. If you have to go to the bathroom, you better hold that shit. She handed me this box. She's like, oh, I bought these shoes. I don't think I like them. I think I'm gonna return them. So I opened the box. I'm like, oh my God. Before I opened the box, I was like, oh my God, these are the off-white sneakers I've been wanting. They're not shoes from Goodwill. It's a brand, Google it. Off-white sneakers I've been wanting for like 3 years. I open it. Where are the shoes? I said yes first. I saw the ring. I'm not a monster. But also, where are the shoes? She's also gotten me a hard hat, a tool belt. Those are for her. I'm like, I don't know how to use those things. She says that I'm the woman in a relationship, so I belong in the kitchen where I cook and clean every day. I'm like, fair enough. But then she takes me out to dinner. I'm like, yes, that's my one night off. She takes me fucking Korean barbecue. I'm doing all the cooking still. I'm like, how did I get into this? What is happening? No, she's great. I love her. We've been together for 5 years, which is like 3 lifetimes in lesbian years, so. Yeah, thank you. And going to her house for, barbecues, quinceañeras, birthdays, all the above. I'm the only one that doesn't speak Spanish. You think I would have picked up a couple words in 5 years? No. It's okay though, I'm just drinking tequila shots at the bar. And I'm like, one day I'll be accepted. And her mom said, oh, come take a picture. I'm like, yes, it's been 5 years. It's my moment. I'm part of the family. I was fixing my hair, okay, making sure my lipstick looks okay. She's like, what are you doing? You said you wanted to take a picture. She's like, yeah, take a picture of me and my friends, not with you. I know, it's okay. I just got drunk, it's fine. And then somehow I ended up being the bartender serving everybody. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. Then they're like, when are you gonna get married? We're like, well, we just got engaged, give us a minute. They're like, no, when you get married to, a nice Latino boy and have a family. And once again, I'm a lesbian, is what she told them. Probably not that angrily. And then they're like, well, that's fine. Just, can you not marry, a gringa? I'm like, okay, I know that word. They're like, what's wrong with the gringa? I'm like, yeah, what's wrong? I'm like, you guys, you're saying this conversation in English. The only time he spoke English is, why are you marrying that gringa? I'm like, gee, thanks. They're like, oh, well, not you, but, most white people, they're tonta and stupida. And I'm like, oh, you mean beautiful and gorgeous? Thank you. Oh, that's not what those things mean? Oh. But it's so great to be here in a real live audience. You guys are awesome. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. They're like, yes, we're clapping for ourselves. I'm not sure if you guys seen any Zoom comedy shows. I don't know if that was a thing that you ever see. Like you sit at your computer, it's Zoom, and you watch somebody do stand-up as they're sitting at their desk in, their underwear. So it was great. That's what I did a lot. Have you guys ever had a Zoom bomber or a Zoom hacker? They'll break into your show or your meeting, and they'll start playing porn or scream anti-Semitics. I was really busy during the quarantine, you guys. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing those things. No, but seriously, I had a tight 5-minute set. I needed to be seen, so CAA crashed, SNL, Modern Family. They weren't having it though, so it's okay. But I actually did have a Zoom bomber once. I did this podcast for the Comedy Store, and the second I logged on, I kid you not, they're like, faggot, gay, you're going to hell. I'm like, who invited my family from Ohio here? What? Yeah, I'm sorry if anyone's from Ohio. Is there anyone from Ohio here? There has to be at least one. There's always one. Oh, just me? All right, so just me. I got out of there as fast as I fucking could. I'm like, I gotta go. But that is true. I am from Ohio. And my family there, they're still mildly racist. So whenever I talk to anyone back home, this is my grandmother-in-law. Hi, Mandy, how's it going? Hope everything's okay. Oh my God, we just had some neighbors moving across the street. They have these gorgeous new hedges. They're Mexican. They're just the nicest neighbors. Oh, and then someone down the street brought us over a peach cobbler. They're black. Oh my God, Amanda, they're so nice. And don't get me started on those gays. I'm like, what in the world? How do they keep calling me? I changed my number 5 times. Does anyone like Disney World? There's a couple. I probably should be saying this because I do work for Disney from time to time, but I went to Disney World for my birthday, and it was horrible. It was in June, which is also Pride Month. Of course it is. And it's so hot. It was raining, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, I just really wanted to go to this stupid Be Our Guest freaking, it had like the highest Yelp reviews. And it was just a giant cafeteria, Beauty and the Beast themed, you guys. It was nothing that special. But try the gray stuff, it's delicious, is what they kept shoving in my face. Just looked like tar or something. But I kid you not, I thought like Brad Pitt was there. The second the Beast walks into the cafeteria, people like lose their shit. They're like, the Beast! And everyone does a standing ovation. Some old lady passed out in the back. I'm like, what in the world? And he just like stomps through for 2 seconds and then leaves. I'm like, where am I? How hard did I hit my head? What is happening? I don't think he liked lesbians because when I took a picture with him, he was just like kind of backing away. It's Florida, what do you expect? I mean, next time don't go to Florida on vacation, Amanda Michelle, come on. And then he signed my birthday card with like a red crayon really angrily. I'm like, oof, someone's dying tonight, it's probably gonna be me. And the Beast didn't murder me, it's fine. I just cut myself under the knife pillow. Okay. I also was a PA for a minute, literally like a minute, because I couldn't take that job, you guys. It was too much. I had to like go places and do things. And And also, don't tell them on the day one that you're a lesbian, because all they did was send me to fucking Home Depot and Lowe's every day. Even if they didn't even need anything, they're like, oh yeah, we need some Post-its. Can you go to Home Depot? I'm like, I don't have to go to Home Depot for Post-its. I'm like, that's not what I do. They're like, well, you're a lesbian. I'm like, yeah, but I'm the woman in the relationship. So they kept sending me there anyways. I'm like, oh my God. So I was looking for salt. So I said, where's the salt? And they're like, did you try Vaughn's? And I'm like, ha. No, I didn't. But I'm looking for a 13-pound bag of salt. I'm like, how big do you think this fucking cake is? And they're like, oh yeah, that's in aisle 12. It ended up being the wrong salt. I'm like, how many different salts are there? And people kept coming up to me saying, do you work here? I'm like, why do you think I work here? Well, you are wearing a tool belt and a waist trainer and a hard hat. And I'm like, because my fiance says to always be prepared and I'm clumsy. Exactly. I know. So don't ever become a PA. And another time I was doing the show at work, a Zoom show, walking on my iPhone, telling the audience, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh. I'm at work. If they laugh, they're going to fire me. I'm like looking back and I'm like, why didn't I tell them to laugh so they would have fired me? So they were just bossing me around all the time. All right, you guys, I'll leave you guys with one more joke. Everyone can play along with this joke and be a good time. I'm going to say my boobs are so big, and then you guys are going to say how big are they? So let's try that. My boobs are so big. How big are they? I'm barely getting out of the Uber, and they're already in the bar getting titty fucked in the bathroom. I'm Blonde Bitch LA. Thank you so much.
This has been a Funny Media Group production.